Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. We have another beautiful day here in Szczecin, and luckily this region of Poland has not been affected by the natural disaster, which lately I question everything if it's natural or is co-created natural disaster that has taken place and destroyed so many places in Poland, not just in Poland, but as you know, a big part of the Central Europe has been affected. Many countries, not just Poland, but in Poland this is probably even bigger flood than we had in 1997. So today I decided to dedicate this video to that topic and tell you how the Big Brother operates in Poland, even using this situation. But let's start, and if I will be waving my notebook a lot is because I have another bee. Maybe it's a spy bee, who knows. I have them frequently around me lately. So guys, on Tusk I came across this article. This is from today, September 23rd. The title is "Poland accuses Russia of disinformation campaign amid large-scale flooding." I look at this, I said, what is going on? But because I knew already what was taking place before, that I didn't report to you, I will connect the dots in a second. So let's go through this article together. The Polish armed forces accused Russia of an alleged disinformation campaign amid the largest flooding in southern and western parts of the country in the past decades. No proof has been presented. Now this is from official X page from the Polish Cyber Defense Forces. In regards to the flooding in southwestern Poland, we are dealing with an informational psychological operation of the Russian Federation. End of quote or post. The Polish Cyber Defense Forces said on its X page. Continuing, Moscow seeks to undermine the trust in the Polish state security structures. So you see, this is the article from Tusk. So let me explain to you how easy it is with the same formula. It's quite simple. When the truth is about incompetence about incompetence, when the truth is coming out, then the best way to suppress the truth, well, there are many ways, but one of those ways that works pretty well in many countries, especially in the EU, and that of course includes Poland, is to blame it on Russia, right? So it's very simple. But this article actually goes on. I got distracted with the siren there. This article goes on and says, the large-scale flood occurred due to the abrupt increase of the water level after torrential rains. According to the police, 7 people died and over 6,000 people have been evacuated from the flooded area. About 27,000 servicemen, assist rescuers and firefighters participated in this, 26,000. I don't think this includes the German soldiers. About 400 schools remain closed in 4 voivodeships. The flood is said to be the worst since 1997. So guys, actually I heard that there is over 300, if not more, people missing, which probably some of those are no longer alive. This is a level of destruction, devastation and damage that is really heartbreaking. On my Instagram, I put in the stories, I put several videos showing you the level of damage and how strong that water was. And many of those people who have been affected by it were saying it literally took 20 minutes for that power of water to destroy so much of the cities and their properties, and It's horrific. But now let's connect the dots. Why I'm saying this is, a few days ago, a post has appeared on Facebook. And in this post, someone wrote, a moment ago, TVP, which is Polish television station, conducted an interview with people from Lądek-Zdrój. This is the name of the town. Before the interviews, the participants discussed what they were going to say. I was there. The program was live, and yet they cut the recording between interviews to determine what we were supposed to say. They didn't allow everyone to speak. They asked people to leave the set. They told us to say only what we needed and not what was happening. The spy. There are armed robbers roaming around Lądek-Zdrój. Those are the names of the towns and the surrounding villages. People are afraid to go outside with their dogs. There is a lack of police, army, heavy equipment, and above all, help from the state. I am asking everyone to share this post so that as many people as possible see this post and read what it really is. Why I'm reading this to you? Well, because this is very important post. When this was posted, few days before that, there were videos circulating on Polish YouTube showing people who live in this area who were affected by the floods and who were mentioning that they have to stay in a constant alert because they have robbers, the criminals coming. And I didn't know they were armed and they were terrorizing people and stealing stuff. I don't want to accuse anyone here because I don't have any evidence. However, of course, there are certain comments circulating on Polish social media, what kind of nationalities those robbers have. And of course, doesn't mean that some of those people are not Polish, because we are not saints and there are good people and bad people in every nationality. However, this is a very dangerous situation. And as this person mentioned, that there is not enough police or protection for those people who are living in that destroyed area. And you know what took place? A conference took place. Because this guy who put this post, warning post out, is going to be arrested. There was a meeting, the crisis meeting, during the meeting of the crisis management team, okay? Representatives of the Polish authorities, headed by Prime Minister Donald Tusk, warned against disinformation. At one point, the chief commander of the police, Marek Broń, took the floor. So this is what took place after that post about armed robbers coming over and taking advantage of those people who already suffered so much. This commander of the police, the chief commander of the police, says, unfortunately, I would also like to inform you about the disinformation that is happening in the media space, both on social networks and on the web itself. On the Kłodzko, this is the name of the city about which that post was talking about. On the Kłodzko profile, information appeared with the same content that looters were to prowl in Lądek and Zdrój. Of course, this information was untrue. We have already detained this person, and together with the prosecutor's office, we will settle him tomorrow. It will be Article 172 of the Penal Code about obstruction of a rescue operation. So, what this Article 172 of the Penal Code reads? Reading this now. Whoever interferes with an action aimed at preventing a threat to the life or health of many people or property on a large scale is subject to penalty of imprisonment from 3 to 5 years. So they accuse this guy of taking an action just by this post alone that was aiming at preventing a threat to the life or health of many people or property on a large scale. So people went furious in Poland. Many comments about this. So anyone who is talking about those looters now, as he was talking about, might be going under this penal code 172. And I read you some comments from the people responding to this. The first one is, the author was reportedly detained for this post, and probably he has been charged under Article 172 of the Penal Code. It looks more like an attempt to gag and intimidate others who describe what is happening in small towns than a serious action against spreading disinformation and hindering the rescue operation. Is public giving false forecasts about the weather condition which prevent a delay evacuation also a subject to the penalty under Article 172 of the Penal Code, or is there another paragraph for this? Another comment. Just 1 second, the dog is coming, so I have to relax. I love dogs and I love pit bulls, so I'm okay, but this provision does not apply to criticism on the internet. It does not apply to posts that at most irritate the ego. This is a provision about real physical disturbance. There is no room here for extending its interpretation to the virtual sphere, where words fly around the wires and do not block the entry of the fire brigade. So, this is what is going on. Now, I want to tell you, so George Orwell, everyone, Big Brother, etc., the Minister of Truth, you know, what can I tell you? But now people know, right? They see. Let me tell you about Ursula the Witch, who was in Poland. I think it was last Thursday. Let me just step away from this dog's playground. So, Ursula the Witch went to Wrocław, another city that has been affected, but I don't think that much as other places, but still there was a big danger of the flood and people were preparing, protecting the areas. She came to Poland, and here is an article from Dziennik Gazeta Prawda. The European Union will help flood victims 10 billion euros in support, half of which will go to Poland. 10 billion euros from the EU's Cohesion Fund. Such a fund will be available to the countries of the region struggling with the effects on floods and flooding. The help was announced by the President of the European... Another spy everywhere, huh? The President of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, I call her Ursula the Witch, during meeting in Wrocław. So, we have this lady that probably many of you are familiar with. Her name is Ewa Zajączkowska, who made it to be now in the European Parliament representing Poland. She is the one who stands up to Ursula the Witch and calls her as she is. She didn't say she's the witch, but she makes it clear that we as Polish citizens are done with this BS. So this lady, who I appreciate very much, she just says it like it is. And in one of the interviews, very recent, I think it was yesterday, she was asked by the journalist, by that reporter, if she will say thank you to Ursula for providing Poland this help. And I will climb up here and I will give you, I will quote Mrs. Ewa, a very cool lady. I appreciate her very much. She says this. 1 second. For the fact that the European Commission allows us have our own money that has been in our envelope since 2021 and that we have to spend by 2027. You see, I didn't know this, that there was a money allocated apparently for us which we have to spend by 2027. So when he asked her, will you thank Ursula for this? Ursula. That's what she says. And she says something very important there too about directing this to the minister. She says, Mr. Minister, help is indeed coming, but people talk about the help that was provided to Poles affected by the flood, and they say it directly. Those Poles affected by the flood, they say directly, you gave Ukrainians more than you gave to us, who had our livelihoods whipped out from the face of the earth. And that is true, she says. And at the moment, continuing with her, and at the moment when someone says this, they cut you off on the broadcast, on some TV stations, or put people in jail for writing the truth on social media, that there is no help, there is no crisis management, and that's why they are being chased by the police. This is not how the state should work. Now about the aid from the EU. This aid that has been redirected from one place as if from one segment to another segment. We do not know yet when this aid will be directed to Poland. We do not know what exactly it will be for, because it has been said that it will be given to us for now, and it will be 5 billion euros, but let's see what the requirements will be to use this money for. Because if it is part of the cohesion fund, then there are probably some restrictions regarding the use of this money. You see, I didn't even think about it, like how they determine, they give you the money and then they determine what you need to use this money for, not just here you have it. And the question is, Eva continues, and the question is, what with these investments that were supposed to be carried out under this money, what will be with those investments? So apparently they had some other projects, this money should go for those projects, now it will be redirected to help with the effects, with the damages of the floods, but other projects will suffer, right? Some investments will have to be suspended. So now let's rewind to, I think, September 10th, when apparently European Commission has warned Poland about this flood, and it seems like it was not taking that seriously as it's supposed to be taken. EU Commissioner for Crisis Management Janez Lenarčič said on Wednesday, that was last Wednesday I believe, during a debate in the European Parliament, that the European Commission had been alerting member states since September 10th using the European flood warning system operating as part of the Copernicus satellite system. On Tuesday evening, Tusk, our new/old Prime Minister, Donald Tusk said, quoting, "One of the many disinformation is that we do not use this knowledge of Copernicus," he said, adding that national institutes cooperate with EU experts in an exemplary way, and that the European Commission's warnings were analyzed in great detail. The forecasts were variable, he stressed. I think I pronounced it the right way. And he also referred to the criticism related to his statement of September 13th. He said then, in that statement, that the forecasts are not excessively alarming. In exactly the same statement, he also said that regardless of how alarming these forecasts are, we must be mobilized because there is no doubt that dramatic events will occur, he pointed out. Which means they were receiving some warnings and they, as I understand, didn't take them as seriously as they supposed to. However, they knew that there were warnings, and he said, regardless, we have to prepare. But what was that preparation? I still don't know. I'm not an expert. All I know is the level of devastation, and I feel for those people. Guys, I am so grateful. I'm so grateful that I am in this place right here, which has not been affected by any of this because people lost everything, you know, they literally lost everything. You look at the small businesses, a lot of those towns are the tourist historical towns. These are very, very attractive places for tourists to come, and they had many small businesses like restaurants and hotels, and it's just heartbreaking to see, because it will take a very long time for those people to recover from this, and not even to say how many people have lost their lives. And as I heard, over 300 people is missing. So this is the situation in Poland. The links from what I read you, or the video with Mrs. Ewa Zajączkowska, actually she has two last names, so let me see, because I forgot her. I put Ewa Zajączkowska. I know she has two last names. I'm sorry, I forgot her second part of her last name. But I'm very, very glad there are people like herself who just say it like it is. Now I will end this video with the comment of the day, everyone. And that is from my video in which I announced this official document that you still, some of you keep on asking me, where is the document, the link. As I say in the video, the description box, you have to scroll down all the way underneath the video. Just find it. For seriously, I mean, it's like the easiest thing to do in the world. So the comment is from that video in which I was talking about the new migration visa to Russia. And it's a very good point, and I will do my best to get information about it, because I didn't think about this, which I should, because I love animals. How many of you have animals and are actually planning to move to Russia, but you have dogs, cats and other creatures that love you? So the comment, one second, is from Expletics. I think I said your name the right way. Hello, Anya. In your process of obtaining the residency visa, and if you have the chance, can you please try to find out if this is possible to move to Russia with a pet macaw? You know, I didn't know what is a pet macaw. I think it's a parrot. I had to Google it. With pet macaw, I have no family here in the United States, no reasons to stay here, and no desire. But I do have my 8-year-old birdie that would be very upset if I just left her forever. I have tried to find info on the web, but it's very difficult. Thanks in advance for any info you might be able to find. I will do my best, Expletics, to find it out. As soon as I know, I will let you know. This will be probably next month in October, probably the second part of the month, which I may be going to Warsaw to do my part. But you see, that's how it is. We love birds, cats, dogs, and we don't want to leave them behind. I understand this very, very well. That's all I have for you, everyone. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Today the energy is much, much better than it was yesterday. A big shift, and let's have a great week, everyone. Thank you so much for hitting this like. It's free of charge, and it really helps with YouTube's algorithm to recommend the video to other people who will be able to see it then. Thank you for leaving the comments, subscribing and sharing, and also for all your donations on PayPal, Buy Me a Coffee, my fundraiser, as well as all my Patreons on Patreon and locals. Thank you for following me on Instagram. I have the goal to reach 10,000 subscribers, followers actually. Maybe before the end of this year, you never know. If not, for sure until next year. And with this being said, guys, lots of love, and remember, we are the leading edge and we are saving humanity. I see you tomorrow in another video. Bye, everyone.